Now let us understand how these three doshas they function and why there are only three dosha. Why not five dosha? Why not six doshas? Okay. So you see, according to modern science, there are two systems in the body. I believe if you go online, you will find a lot of text on this, the sympathetic nervous system and the parasympathetic nervous system. Why nervous system? Because nervous system and hormonal system are two controlling systems of the body, right? And even before hormonal system, what is most important is nervous system, because nervous system controls even the hormonal system. Yeah. So there are two ways or two modes of this nervous system: sympathetic nervous system and parasympathetic nervous system. These two systems are like opposite, completely opposite. They are like east and west, male and female, sunrise and sunset like that. So sympathetic nervous system is the fright, flight and fight mode. It prepares the body for emergency conditions. And yes, there are emergency conditions initially, when our ancestors, when forests probably, they needed that emergency mode so that they can immediately react to a danger. Now look at the beauty of this mode. In sympathetic nervous system, what happens? Your blood, it goes more to your muscles and not to your digestive system or excretory system. Your muscles become ready to fight or to run, right? All the automatic reflexes, they come into picture, right? So automatic reflex of running or automatic reflex of shouting, like that, it comes into picture with this sympathetic nervous system. When it gets activated, you are stressed and you are ready to fight, fright or run. So if you look at parasympathetic nervous system, then it is a completely opposite nervous system where the entire body is relaxed. The blood, it doesn't flow to the muscles, like not a huge amount of blood, right? The muscles are relaxed. The blood flows back to the main part of the body, the central part. It flows to the digestive system. It kindles up your hunger, right? The digestion is at its best. So when this parasympathetic nervous system is activated, then the blood flows away from the muscles. Like maximum quantity of blood is not there in muscles as it is in the sympathetic mode. So blood flows away from the muscles. It flows towards the digestive system. It kindles your hunger. It makes your digestion better, right? It helps you to absorb nutrients better from your food, and at the same time it also the supply of blood increases to the excretory system. The toxin elimination system is at its best. And if you look at the contrast in sympathetic nervous system, if there is a lion running behind you, you will not feel the need to poop or to pee. Why? Everything will be constricted. You will immediately forget about it because the blood supply or the nervous supply is completely working towards running. This is the basic difference between these two systems, that they activate different modes of the body and they work in a synchronization. That means the impact is there all over the body. So if sympathetic nervous system is active, it will impact the muscles. The muscles will have a lot of blood supply and they will become activated to perform. The digestive system will shrink, the excretory system blood supply will shrink, the immediate reflexes will take over your conscious brain. So when you are in a sudden emergency condition, you do not think and act, you do whatever you're trained to do. That is why army training is very important. So what I mean to say is that there are two systems and their effect is on the entire body, right? All the organs, they get into the tune of that system and work. So similar to these two systems, controlling patterns defined according to modern science, there are three systems in Ayurveda, that is Vata, Pitta and Kapha, and these three systems have distinct patterns, distinct effect on the body, and not only physical but also mental, psychosomatic effect. So each dosha affects not only body but also the mind, and these three dosha or metabolic patterns, they have phases of function. Say for example, in the early phase of the day, the Kapha dosha is active, yeah, and the middle part Pitta, and in the end Vayu, Vata dosha. And so there are phases, there are regular rhythm, the biorhythm, which is framed with the help of these metabolic patterns or dosha. So let us now look at the properties, functions and types of subcategories of these doshas and how beautifully they integrate with each other.